Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dead at Heart Episode 3, Commotion at the Injunction, which is maybe the cleverest funny name I've ever written. Now I just have to find a way to make it relevant. I am your GM and storyteller / dungeon master / I come up with all the silly people and the silly names. And I haven't got my silly names up, so I will pass over to my cast to introduce themselves. Oh, my pronouns are they, them, and new. You can find me on the internet, but I'll do the outro later. Yes, that is all I need to cover. Yes, welcome to House of Dreams as well. Hector has this whole beautiful thing at the beginning of Wonder Home about what House of Dreams is. I don't have that. This is where I run stuff. Introducing our cast. First of all, we have Magpie. Introduce yourself,
Oh
Magpie, and
no!
who you're playing this evening.
Howdy! I'm Magpie. I use she/they pronouns. I'm playing all day. Bye.
Great, amazing. Next up, we have
Sorry.
Monroe.
Hey y'all, I'm Monroe. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on the internet at Monroe, mostly at Blue Sky. Where I
That's so smooth.
thank you. I
It's
try.
about confidence, right? It's not actually about how smooth it is. It's about confidence. And also, Nightbot's broken. Fuck. Go, Kieran. I will
No.
fix Nightbot.
Yes.
I've got so many things to do.
we are free. The into the mindset of the painting but went last time, but is glad to be with people who are safe. Let's say, yes, that is me, and I shall lovely pass now on to Barrett.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Bard with Many Names. You can find me basically everywhere on the internet as the Bard with Many Names. And I use any and all pronouns you find under your desk or under your couch. I'm fine with anything. I'm a femme presenting non binary person with shoulder length brown hair. I put on some fake fangs and I'm wearing the usual e-girl makeup. And I have some very cutesy fox ears on because I'm playing Foxy or Gangrel Eagle Heckler? Who knows how to talk to rats?
I find it deeply entertaining that the subtitles made Gangle Kangaroo.
Not far wrong. It's not
So-
far wrong.
That's my entertaining joke for this intro. Thank you, Kieran and Bard, for explaining what you look like. I will also partake in this. If Magpie and Monroe would like to also do this afterwards, that would be welcome. It's a great accessibility issue. Accessibility feature. There we go. That's the right word. Try and use words. That'd be fun. I am a non-binary person who appears very masked with a very scraggly beard and long, messy brown hair that goes slightly too long beyond my shoulders. I'm wearing a very light material hoodie jacket thing. that's black, and then I'm wearing a grey polo shirt with a navy blue collar. I'm also wearing blue headphones, and I wear glasses. And that is me. And I've also got a very complicated background because I live in the kit room of the house, which has a bunch of fitness gear, a trombone, jackets everywhere, boxes of various things, a radiator, a weird looking carpet. It's just too much to look at. It's too much. I need to buy a green screen. Magpie, would you like to describe
Cool.
yourself?
I don't think I can top that. I am a white bone presenting person. I have a V-shaped sort of.
And
I have no.
I'll do it. Oh,
So
okay.
go ahead.
Okay.
No, go
So
ahead.
last time we got rid of the bodies in a somewhat timely manner, and we a lot a lot and nothing happened at the same time, but a lot did happen. And then we got visited by Connor, the Prince's Shadow, who came looking to see about random vandalized art pieces. Oh, excuse me, pieces that were taking over different clans' symbols, and Gabriel thought they were complicated but mediocre at best. And no one, according to Connor, well, not according to Connor, but we have reason to believe no one has seen the prince since the night before. So we are going to the Anarch's Elysium, and that's where we left off.
yes. Usually a Camarilla term for neutral ground where all vampires are welcome. Due to the complex nature of Cardiff's vampire politics situation, there are two Elysiums. One is controlled by the Camarilla and one is controlled by the Anarchs. Because Elysiums are meant to be neutral ground, but also you are prohibited from doing vampire business on its grounds. It is a complex both hangout and also don't you dare be a vampire at this vampire hangout because it's an Elysium. However, the Anarchs have decided to take on the idea of Elysium and make it better. So this is for the Anarchs a nightclub, which is supposed to function as a place that all vampires can go to let loose a little bit more than they normally would. They still try to keep up the masquerade, but unlike the Camarilla hideout, you can fuck around and find out. Underneath it is also where the Anarch Council run their business. It is a three-story building with an underground. So there is the top floor is actually the most relaxed part of the nightclub. The two other floors are noisy, classic nightclub. Top floor is a bar and a more casual seating area, which is a little bit unusual for the nightclubs of Cardiff. But obviously, it's a venue for the anarchs in Cardiff. It's not the only hub. It is the one that is used most because it draws in normal humans that are quite tasty. And yeah, it is a known hunting ground. But again, all of Cardiff is a hunting ground for all vampires due to this very complicated political situation. Even if not everyone appreciates it, that is the status quo. And you know who you don't want to piss off and who you want to piss off. So, yes, you make your way to the club, which is where the fuck would it be? I'm gonna say it's oh god, what's the name of the road? Is it Castle Road? Castle Street? Fuck. I'm gonna have to get Google Maps up. Google Maps Cardiff.
Is there by any Ah. I appreciate a simplicity recognize.
Big hills. Go.
So, Rossin, which is Welsh for the rose. You're approaching it. Has anyone dressed up special for the occasion, or is this business? Would you like to describe your character's outfits? I will let Magpie go first.
Live, laugh, love this. Okay, let's go. Altair's kind of gone goth. So he's got his hair up in a full death hawk. He's got sort of tattoos, sort of like you can see now, sort of down the sides. One is of a jumping hare. The other is a set of roses really tight up against his hairline. He's got full kind of white makeup on, really dark trad goth makeup, a brocade style shirt, red red style sort of brocade shirt, and then a black waistcoat underneath. Pinstripe trousers and the same kind of big old new rocks that definitely like they've seen better days. All of his expensive jewelry. It's probably all alchemy jewelry. Yeah, he's vibing. He's having a great time.
Awesome.
I don't think. I will wear what I want to wear, and your etiquette can come second to that. I'll behave how you want me to behave. I don't dress how you want me to dress. I've done enough of that. And so is wearing very much the same black dress and long coat that she was wearing to the art gallery last night. Feels like longer ago, but last night.
Cool. We do have sound issues, and I think I know what the fix is. So I'm gonna have to take us off stream and then put us back on stream. Sorry about this.
Okay.
As
We're
that
back
fixed
on
the
the
sound
air.
issues, can you actually hear me now, or is sound still gone?
Could hear you
We'll find out in
earlier.
a sec. It's OBS not being in administrator mode is not good on Twitch for some reason with audio, and it comes to be really horrible.
It's not showing that we're online. Or do I need to rejoin?
I have an on-air on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We are.
I've got an on air, but then it's not showing.
In Twitch itself, I see.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I
it'll
didn't
take a
find
hot
that.
second. There's a delay of
A
like.
hot second. Sorry.
Hello. Okay. Yes.
Are we back?
We're back. The sound is fine.
Okay.
The joys of OBS. Okay, so I have this as a recording, so I can send this recording to Hector for the video, the video on demand VOD. There we go. I'm gonna regret asking this, Bard. What's Foxy dressed in?
Well, Foxy put her hair up into two very cute pigtails. Got some neon nail polish on, a bit of high heels, not too much, but like, do you know these Converse with a tiny bit of plateau? I mean, she is 160 centimeters tall. That's not that tall. Neon pink crop top, neon pink shorts. And for makeup, well, allow me to show you.
Very cool.
That's so cool.
Bard, once again, putting in more effort into this campaign than I ever will.
For everybody.
It's really cool.
For everybody, wait, let me put this over here. For everybody who can't see me right now, I put up some very much disco, fun, colorful lights, and I'm wearing UV makeup. So I've got like something of a star nebula across my face, and neon pink and neon orange wings, and the UV light also shows my a tiny bit pointy teeth. So yeah, Foxy not being subtle.
Subtle and Foxy don't belong in the same sentence.
No.
That is true.
But Foxy brought a little, like a little tote bag, and gives it to Lenore. It's like, here, first of all, I got some more sponsor stuff, like some food and whatnot. Listen, we both know you can't use it, I can't use it, but I know you've got some friends. Tell me if they liked it, then I can tell it to the sponsor. And also, I've got something so we match. And she puts her hand into the bag and pulls out a ball of yarn in neon pink.
Oh, thank you, Foxy. That's lovely. And she will immediately decast the green yarn that she had previously been using, making sure to put proper stitch marker in first. Doesn't want to lose the place, and is going to start, I think, taking inspire from what's Foxy's Twitch logo or whatever. What's Foxy's e-girl logo?
Her Twitch name is Foxfighter69, so it's just a fox on a bright pink background going.
In that case, I think that Lenore starts to crochet a version of a fox going. Very
do like
much
the
taking
idea-
inspiration here.
I like the idea that the logo could have been just a Firefox logo, but instead of one fox, it's two foxes.
Callum.
I'm just.
Oh my god.
How do we
I
do
made the
DM?
joke, but you went there, okay? Can we agree on
Listen,
that?
we're going to a nightclub. We're in a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. I know how many of your characters are good at sex.
I'm sorry.
Mechanically. Welcome. This is Vampire the Masquerade. These are important rules. Anyway,
How do we clip this?
We need a clipboard.
that is true. We do not have a clipbot, thank God.
Okay.
You
Misspelled
can
clip
go back
anyway.
and find this bit. I fixed the audio so I could get that bit out. That's true. Okay, because the audio was fucked for the first half. I will say the gang is on their way to the Anarch Elysium. Anarchs don't usually have Elysiums, but Cardiff is complicated, so there is one. It is a neutral ground for all vampires, but unlike Camarilla Elysiums, vampires are allowed to be vampires. Because what's the point of an Elysium, a hangout for vampires, if you can't be a vampire? Obviously, don't break the Masquerade, but, humans are there for food. 3-story building. Top floor is kind of a quiet bar area. Second floor is the intense nightclub section. And the bottom floor is it's like a nightclub, but it's not super intense. And then beneath the building is where the Anarchs do their business. It is called a Rossin, which is Welsh for rose. And you have arrived at the front door. It does have a steps up, but there is a wheelchair ramp next to the steps. It is
What kind of
basically-
music is played there?
It's a great question. From what you can hear, the bottom floor is currently gay hits. So Hot to Go has just finished playing, and it is now moving on to other gay class. I don't know any others. I've not even listened to Hot to Go yet. So yeah, we'll say Gaga, even if she's a bit problematic at the moment. Anyway, I won't get into it. This is why I was avoiding cultural references. Anyway, yeah, it's a vibe. It's a surprisingly big building. So what's happened is they've bought what used to be a shopping center or like a department store. In fact, if you watch the first episode of New Who, it's the building that Rose works at in London. But it's actually in Cardiff, and I know what building it is. And it's in real life, it's still open, but I've decided that the vampires have bought it in my universe because it's a really cool building and fits the size of the thing we fucking need. Anyway, so it's huge. There is a large dance floor, a long bar that stretches the rightmost wall as you enter. There is 2 elevators at the back, which go up and down because it used to be a department store. It's ideal. This place would not make enough money to keep the rent up if it wasn't for the Anarchs funneling this with money from their other endeavors. But yeah. Yeah, and you are hit with the noise of a nightclub. Some of you will find that enjoyable, some of you won't. You're also hit by sweat. Human bodies moving in close proximity with each other. Alcohol is flowing. People are horny or attracted to one another, or you are hit by a barrage of smells of the human condition in an evening setting of a nightclub. So that might be a little bit intoxicating, almost. You don't smell blood, but you definitely feel it. There's so many people in this space. There is a barrage of heartbeats that are acting as like a bass to the music of the club. That you hear the music that's playing, but beneath it there is something more. Even if you don't have abilities to hear super accurately, using your disciplines, the amount of people in this space makes the heartbeats noticeable. Yeah. Anyway, that is the scene in front of you. You would know if you would like to contact the Anarch leadership, as they kind of function as. You would have to take the elevator up to the 3rd floor, because you would talk to the barman.
We should go here more often.
Perhaps not this floor. It's a little loud.
Yes.
Right.
What?
I was saying it's a little loud.
What?
Clouds?
Loud.
Loud.
Yes. Follow. It'll kind of just sort of starts making his way. He will go into his pocket. I feel like he has a little rollerball kind of scent thing that's kind of, I feel like it's lavender, and will quickly just roll his finger over it kind of under his nose, and then makes his way off to the lift.
Gabriel offers an arm to Lenore and just slightly puts a hand on Foxy's shoulder to lead them towards the elevator.
Gabe, you don't have to be that boring.
Yeah.
Gabe, it's lovely. Love you.
Thank you, Lenore.
You head towards the elevator. I assume Foxy doesn't resist or slip away.
Foxy, contrary to popular belief, Foxy is a very good girl.
Okay. And then so you hit the button and you see the elevator, and it's like a department store elevator where it will bring the closest elevator down. You get inside. As you do, a young woman in a wheelchair and someone she's clearly at the dance with comes out of it and heads towards the dance floor. You notice, I think you would notice, that the young lady in the wheelchair is a kindred like yourself, and perhaps this is her score for the evening. And they head out onto the dance floor, and that's just something you notice as you enter the elevator. And you head up. So you hit the 3rd floor button. As you do, the doors begin to close, and two young lads, they're about 19 and 20, run for the elevator door. Hold it! Hold it! Does anyone hold the elevator?
Lenore presses the close button furiously.
Altair will Rottweiler over her shoulder.
Foxy will stick her tongue out.
Cool. The door closes as and they don't make it. You head up to the 3rd floor.
That's the BBEG.
No, that was Callum trying to pull a very cheeky trick. You get up to the third floor, and it's as you kind of like as the elevator goes up, the noise quietens for a second. Then it gets really intense, and it quiets again as you've moved past the second floor, the most intense part of the nightclub. On arriving to the third floor, the space is only half of the full floor, but there is a very light jazz number being played underneath, as there is a very nice bar. It is still a queer bar, but it is not high energy. It's a lot more mellow. And yeah, you enter. There's along the leftmost wall. There is the bar, and then there are seating. It's kind of like comfy booth seating. Very nice leather. And like the walls of the seat make each little place a little nice corner for you to sit in. A few of them have doors on them. I wonder why that is. Anyway, yeah, you could head over to the bar. There's also like open seating, but there's a large amount of secluded spots for use of kindred inclined to do so. Yeah, there is so yeah, you know that you are to speak to whoever's on the bar, and you ask for any one of the four members of the upper management. Upper management sounds wrong. The leadership of the Anarchs. You wouldn't know if the barman is going to be kindred or not. You're not unsure. But that is the status quo. It's not very busy, actually. I'll say this. It's quiet. It seems like most of business today is down the other two floors. A smattering of people. There is one closed door on one of the private pods, but the others are all spare. The barman stands at about 5'10", black with like super short hair, which is tainted green. It is a vibe. Wearing like a nice shirt with a waistcoat, and like suit trousers, but if they were like ripped jeans. Someone's trying something with this look. I'm not sure if like it's working or if it's just not working. That's for you to decide. This is either someone's university project or trying to mix like we are a queer bar, but also look how posh we could be. Yeah.
Perhaps we ought to make ourselves comfortable somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we want to talk to them and then get out again?
Perhaps you could stop for one drink. Invite them through to the booths.
We
Make it
want
seem
something
like-
from them. We should go to them.
All right. I can go and request, or I'll kind of motion a hand around.
Foxy jumps over to the guy behind the bar. Hey, I like your hair.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So cool. Did you
Trying
make
something
Did
new
you
with
do
it.
it yourself, or like do you have like a hairdresser cool one?
Oh, yeah. My partners, they're studying for hairdressing at the moment,
Ooh,
and
that's so cool.
they gave it a go.
Listen, Is some like one of the 4 bosses? Are they here?
Bosses?
Yeah, like there's. Well, if you ask me, I would love like there's this one trans woman that sometimes is here and is higher up. She's so cool, like totally. If I weren't
Oh.
gay already.
You mean Gwenan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can check for you.
That would be so nice. And she pulls out like £2 and you know what, £5 and is like, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, if you're gonna leave a tip, £2 ain't
Yeah.
nothing anymore.
Ain't nothing anymore.
Yeah, they go over to some of the drinks and behind the bar, and there is 2 phones, and they pull out a green phone, and kind of rings down. I would say that you can hear this. Yeah, I don't think anyone needs special hearing abilities to hear this. Hi, yes, someone has just requested to meet with Gwenan. That's a weird question. Looks over to Foxy. They've got ears? Can I get any of you a drink?
No, thank you.
No, thank
No,
you.
they didn't want a drink. Right, okay, yep. I'll tell them to head down. So what was that? We'll do some rolling. This is a TTRPG. Let's do some rolling. Let me look at one of the character sheets so I can see what the stats are again. Because my memory is a sieve. Could you roll me wits awareness with a difficulty of 2? Anyone who'd like to try and figure out what that was?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Did not get my dice out. That's on me.
This is an information thingy. If you ever like a DM for new players and allow them to take your dice, check that you still have enough dice to play vampires.
Oh,
no.
lucky move.
I have 2 successes.
Cool.
I'm still counting my dice out.
This kid is mortal and has no idea that this place is a vampire elysium.
So
What they were asking. Sorry, I'll wait for your results.
that's a total of 8 successes, including Messi. One of the 10 was on the hunger.
Okay.
Ugh.
I'll do everyone else first. Bard?
2 successes.
Go.
3 successes.
Okay.
Clean.
Gabriel, Altair, and Foxy. This kid is mortal and was phoning up because you didn't ask for them specifically. Was a bit unsure. Like they were told if anyone asks for us by name, then you phone the number and send them down. However, because you just kind of vaguely described her, he was a bit unsure. So they asked, "Well, can you tell us about them?" Because they were looking for a sign that you were kindred. And then they went, "Oh, okay. Ask if they want a drink. If they don't want to order a drink, then send them down, because vampires can't drink without doing Blush of Life." So they were just kind of testing to see if you were kindred or not, based on the situation that unfolded. And this kid doesn't understand what's going on. I say kid, he's like 21. I call anyone under the age of 25 kid. This is going to be a problem. I will try and solve my language. Lenore, I will check my rule book to see what I said that I would do
Ooh.
on a bestial on a messy critical.
Oh god.
Callum explains Vampire the Masquerade, work in progress. We're gonna go down to.
Does anyone actually know the rules of Vampire the Masquerade?
Apparently so.
When I would have to
I don't.
correct you on the internet.
Okay. So, Lenore, you not only hear the conversation that they just had, you watch it as you place yourself on the other end of the phone call. You are in a dark room with a table. There are 4 seats around it, and each member of the council sits in silhouette with a red light colouring the room. On the table is a map of Cardiff with chess pieces laying upon it. They are preparing for war with the Camarilla to finally rid them of this. And you 4 are obstacles in their domination.
And I think as Lenore is seeing this, any of your 3 watched on would see that the crocheting gets a little bit faster, a little bit less accurate. There were a couple of skipped stitches where there previously wouldn't have been. And it's evident that she is a little bit agitated at this moment. And then as the vision ends, that agitation remains, and she continues to. Sorry, I thought you wanted to say something.
I do have one more thing, but go ahead.
Oh yes. Oh okay. And she continues until turning and I think looking at probably the back of Foxy's head if you're still up at the bar. And the crochet begins to go back to normal. She goes to starting to unpicking some of those missed stitches and approaches and just puts a hand on Foxy's shoulder. Nothing to do. Just be prepared for. Oh, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine. I've not seen visions of death again, but having said that, just be careful. Just don't let your guard down, and don't beat on anyone they try to give you to eat. And
Okay.
welcome here. We don't want to see you.
However, despite your anxiety and the vision you just observed, you do notice that your crochet is in a pattern.
Mm.
And in the pattern reads, where is my did I give? Yes, is part of the code I sent all of the players after last session. So you see, I will. You know what I'll do? I will save that image. I will input that image into Vampire. No, is this working? No. Okay, I shot for the sun and I missed. No, it's okay. Right, we can restore this. I'm just give me 5 seconds. I can do this. It's going to be great. It's going to be so worth the effort of me doing this. And we're gonna put in the image, and we're gonna have it take over the entire stream, and I'm gonna make it small and put it just above the subtitles. And this is gonna look super professional, and nothing will go wrong. There you go. Look, magic. Oh, now I've moved everything. There we go. It's not covering anything up. You receive the picture I sent last week to you lot, but is now visible to the players.
Lovely.
How do I describe this? Oh my god. Okay, so there is a circle with a V directly connected to the bottom of it equals Y. And then there is a straight line with a small cat leaning to the right, pointing downward, equals M. And this relates to the code that you saw from the painting box, which I have also put on stream now. Look at that magic. So that is in your crochet. Is those hints and answers to some of the letters. Where you got it from?
Said earlier.
You don't know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you don't know where you got it from, but it came through. It has unfortunately ruined your crochet pattern, but
Not the first time, it won't be the last. That's what unpicking is for.
Yeah.
But I think I'll go back. So she's not unpicked, as I said she had. She hasn't had the presence of mind to do that. And I think that she doesn't notice, but is holding it in such a way I think will be difficult for... Eventually someone will notice, but at the moment, she just continues crocheting. She hasn't noticed if she's put these letters in, but it's very easy to see what they are.
Lenore?
Oh, yes, folks?
Foxy like clocks you like in a way of, do you need help? Do you get out of it like a...
I am safe-ish. I don't want to leave you free alone.
Okay. Want to hear a funny little something that maybe helps you clear your mind?
Always.
You know why, if you open your stitches again with crocheting or knitting, do you know why it's called frogging?
You, rivet.
Rivet. Rivet.
Oh, and I think your face lights up. In fact, I think it's probably a joke the two of you have shared a lot, but it never gets old.
all of you do notice the code on Lenore's crochet. Yeah, it does stand out. Anyway, the young man at the bar comes back over, presses a button on the bar, and one of the elevators pings, but rather than the red numbers, there's a green number. They would like you downstairs. If you take that elevator, don't let anyone else in. Have a nice night.
Appreciate it.
Head
And-
over.
Yeah, Gabriel offers an arm once more to Lenore.
Takes it gratefully. A little bit tighter this time. And just...
He squeezes her hand.
And
Ellie,
Yes?
why isn't Gabe a gentleman to me?
You would be more likely to ask Gabriel. and he will mimic Gabriel's action and will offer an arm out.
Yoinks!
He sort of, his shoulder comes up a little bit, and then kind of that paint will come off, correct?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, perfect. Wonderful. And he'll kind of slip his hand into his
I've
jacket.
got
so
them
it's
with
like
me
too
if you
close.
want some.
He suddenly looks very curious. Oh, I suppose we do have a few moments in the elevator downstairs.
Yes.
And we'll kind of, when they get into the elevator, we'll kind of lean his back against the wall, but we'll kind of let himself slide down a little bit so he's at face height with Foxy.
Who just takes out the UV colors. It's like. So?
I trust you entirely. The black may be a little hard to go over, but the rest should be fine.
I believe Foxy would just take the white and I don't know, draw a pentagram or something on your on your face, like on your forehead. It just starts shimmering when you step
Hi.
into UV light and it's gone again.
GM here. This is really fun.
Oh no. Don't summon a
Foxy.
demon on his head.
Could you roll me dexterity plus craft, please?
I don't have craft. That's one success.
Okay. You try starting to draw a pentagram on poor Altair's face. The elevator
It's a star.
shifts down, and you start a star, and like you sure get the top bit, and then the second leg of the star. Then you do like a really narrow third one, and then like, oh bugger, I've got to do the fourth one really narrow. Oh, and then like the fifth one just is an absolute nightmare mess. There is what looks like a child who cannot draw has drawn a star on Altar's face.
It's not as pretty as I wanted it to be.
Gabriel slow claps, just very sarcastically.
I'm sorry, not everybody here can be an artist.
You are an artist. You do the art. You are an artist. Look at your own face. It's beautiful. And Voltaire's face is also beautiful in a different and very special way.
Also, space is
Thank
there.
you, Lenore.
I'm sorry, Ellie.
You know what? It's fine. It looks fine. I did the exact same when I was in college.
It's avant-garde. How about that?
Yeah,
Yes,
we just
you could.
Gabe, we just do the same thing you always do. Tell us avant-garde no matter what.
The elevator swiftly drops 4 floors. It's not a drop. It does go down slowly, but you notice it goes down beyond what you arrived in. And Lenore, before the doors open, you once again see the dark, shadowy room that you just saw down the other end of the phone. And the doors open, and what is in front of you is not that dark, shadowy room, but is in fact a large, mostly empty room with a couple of lights in it. It's like a basement area. It used to store clothes and such. It now has alcohol supplies and glasses in a large part of the area. To the far right of the room is some like seating and a large table. It is currently in the round, so there's lots of seats around a table with a big with like a quite it's like a long light, but it's quite soft. It is LED and it is turned to quite soft lighting. Yeah, and that is what you see. And with that, I think we'll take our break for 10 minutes. and we'll be back shortly to meet potentially with some of the Anarch leaders.
Wahoo!
Until we are back, please go get drinks, toilet breaks, a new victim to drink their blood while we're waiting. We'll see you
Relax
in
your
10
forehead and let
minutes.
your shoulders down.
Do the things you need to do to survive. One, Thunderbirds I go. Hello, everyone.
Hey!
Welcome back to Dead at Heart, Episode 3, Commotion at the Injunction. Our coterie has just arrived in the underground of Rossin, the Anarch so-called Elysium, where they have gone to try and meet with the Anarch leaders. Sat around a large table with lots of chairs around it, you see not who you asked for, who is Gwen Ann Williams, the Malkavian Anarch leader, you see two other people. You would know them as Dalara Shanga, who is a female person of Desi descent. She is wearing kind of like long purplish silks in a nice, lovely dress, and sat at the head of the table is a man in a large green jacket. He is white. He is the Gangrel leader, Kieran Jones. He is wearing a large military jacket, military pants, is not wearing a shirt underneath the jacket, and his hands are visibly clawed.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Is he single?
I've got another important question. Is she single?
Can we tag team this?
Additionally, when you said military pants, I immediately thought military hot pants.
No.
Canon?
It
Yes!
is like no more.
Are we
more
talking
like
like DPM or are we talking like dress pants? This is a very important distinction, Callum.
if you were going through a military training course in the Welsh Valleys and you had to walk across the Welsh Valleys in the boiling sun, those are the pants he's wearing. They are like military, like outdoor trousers with pockets
DPM.
everywhere. DPM, I assume, is what you're. Yes, I'll take it from the
Disruption
person who
pattern
knows.
material.
Yeah.
I'm nodding
Okay.
along and I know what that means.
So
Like,
you
it's
don't know you do not know the relationship status of Kieran Jones. You would know that Dalara is a member of is polyamorous and has been in various relationships that come and go. Since the kind of peace agreement, it has been pretty much like there are 4 members of the polycule that she's part of anyway. But yeah, she is probably the most switched on in terms of organization for the Anarchs. When you have a problem, you hope that she is there to resolve it because she will get shit done. Kieran, on the other hand, is a pain in the ass, and like the Gangrel are. They have their way of doing things. They are sort of isolationists. He is only part of the Anarch leadership out of necessity. You would not find many other Gangrel in the city.
Hi.
They will be elsewhere. Yeah.
Enough Gangrel to hate me. Gotcha.
Yeah. Foxy, I think Kieran sees you.
Good evening to you too, Kieran. Dalara, you look lovely tonight.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, please, Kieran, they have come here seeking an appointment. We should at least entertain them. Entertain? Fucking entertain that! Please. There's no need for that kind of language here. Fucking fine. Come on! Let the thing sit.
You ought to watch your mouth. With all
Yes,
due respect given.
usually men invite me to dinner first before they give me names.
I think I've seen you before. Kieran? Yes, I saw you die recently. It was actually just out, out, out there. I didn't see who it was wearing a mask, but it looked like they were holding a little mashed potato masher, and they just put it through your head. And it might have been symbolism, I don't know, but just look out for potatoes. And then just goes back to crocheting.
Lenore, I
I'm not
love
allowed to kill them. No, you're not. And if you're going to be a disruption to this meeting, I'd ask you to leave.
Altara will go and sit down next to him. I retract my Izzy single status.
Foxy actually looks at Delara for the sit down nod, just to spite
she
Kieran.
gracefully puts out her arms to signal you all to sit. We heard that you had a run-in with Cardiff's so-called prince.
I
Rather,
can't say that. And then gestures to Altair.
we saw him of the evening time, but then not beyond that. He attended Gabriel's art exhibition, stayed for perhaps 5 minutes, and then left with one of the patrons. The next day, we were greeted by a seneschal. That is all we have.
The seneschal came to visit you.
Connor,
Why?
yes. Apparently he has not seen the prince.
Fascinating. Oh, now that I like. I take it back. You four can stay around more often. Fucking show those carry fuckers what's what, huh?
Well, considering the piece of Cardiff rests on a knife edge, I would hate to split it down the middle. The prince leaving, although he is a how to
Pain in the
word
ass?
him? Yes, thank you for wording that much more brashly than I would have. He still exists in a position to fill a vacuum. He goes, we would have all out chaos. And not the good kind.
We'd win though.
Yes,
At what
entirely
cost?
so.
Maybe it'd be worth it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Please, Kieran, this is not the time for warmongering. Well, so what brings you to us?
There is a select amount of reasons. Firstly, there is the occurrences of last night. Secondly, there is a small occurrence that happened at the art gallery, and he will look over at Gabriel. If you would be more willing to explain.
Yeah, so unfortunately, my exhibit almost went up in flames, quite literally. After, so I took Foxy to deal with an issue. Altair was supposed to be... Something happened. We left. I came back. Altair was nowhere to be found, and there were four individuals I did not recognize threaten my museum and patrons with no regard for the Masquerade.
Now that is concerning.
Yeah, and they kind of wanted to take, well, not our name, but they were like, "Oh, you're Annex. Well, we will show you true anarchy." And yeah, I had my experiences with the Sabbath, and even though I'm not sure if those people were part of them, they were equally unhinged.
There ain't any fucking Sabbath in Cardiff. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I know there isn't any more. That's why I got these.
Posers. Fucking hell. You don't think it's that, It's quite possible, yes. They had
What?
no identifying features.
Oh, even better. We got their faces.
I see. Well, this is a concern. We understand your domain is less secure than many of the others due to the size of your coterie. And I would like to reassure you that we would like to offer our assurances. Isn't that right, Kieran? Oh, fuck off. No. Oh, fuck. They won't work for her. Pointing at
I mean, if you don't want the pictures, I totally get it.
I think a little respect would be called for at this table now.
Respect. She goes on broadcasting her presence on the fucking internet. Listen, we ain't the
She
fucking
keeps it
cammies.
human.
Human my arse.
What's the matter with your arse? I find it quite strange you're bringing that up in the middle of our discussion. If you have a problem, I am aware of people with medical experience.
And not gonna lie, for the amount of hate you bring towards the prince, you are oddly much his opinion about me.
The difference is, Gangrel, we're herd, right? We stick together. Unit. And you go against all of that shit. We never see you round our way, do we? You don't share stories. Be part of what it is to be Gangrel. You use it.
I'm sorry, did
For
I ask for
entertainment.
being this? Did I ask for not being able to go outside without looking like a fucking Barbie doll? If I went by your ways, darling, I had to live in a hut somewhere in the woods without talking to anybody ever again. I found my own way, and I would love to share my own stories, but I got the odd feeling you wouldn't like them.
There'll be plenty of people to talk to. Just us, you know.
Well, last time I wanted to talk, I got chased away.
I can see why the. And Dolores steps in before he can say anything else. Now, I suggest in this case, I can see that some of my agents look over your space. Despite your proximity to the park, I can see the tensions between yourselves and the Gangrel are touchy. And I would ask that you do not attempt to objectify one of our own while they're sat at the table asking us for help, Kieran. Oh, shut the fuck up then. We have encountered a small disturbance in the city. This may be related, so we would be thankful for any information you can share on this. In return, I offer your domain security.
What would the security be? this more you look over for us, or more we're not allowed to leave for our own protection?
No, no, you are still free to walk along the streets of Cardiff. You would simply have a network of anarchs who would watch over your domain, keep intruders out, and in the day we would have some of our mortal assets watch over for any suspicious activity. They would report to you and to me.
I
Are we suspicious though?
No, they would simply report to me as a factor of their existence. They are my people.
Fair.
However, your dalliances with the prince and his seneschal, I will say, does not shine you in the best of lights. Obviously, we are at peace. However, he has become more ambitious of late. Could be courting various coteries to rejoin the Camarilla. And
I'm a walking masquerade breach.
yes, we do observe this. However, with the
I get it. Kill me, I'll take the rest.
No. They wouldn't kill a pretty thing like yourself. No.
Aww, she calls me pretty, guys.
You are an example of a gangrel who has risen above their station. I'm sure they will have some qualms about your use of the web, but for distinctive kindred with their... You do not represent the lower class that they consider some of us. You would be an example to them of a modern coterie. The prince's politics may not be ours, but he does ride on a platform of progression. You would be a perfect case study, which is why we would prefer you to remain with us. Not that we are formalizing any agreements, simply advising cooperation with the other Anarch factions.
On the other hand, if we stay with you, but the prince doesn't need to know, we could get more information. Because, let's be honest, I hate that bugger. Me, personally.
Quite well. All we ask is that you remain as you are. But with this cooperation, it is a symbol of good faith between us. Could, if any, so this conversation has been pleasant. Well, not with Kieran, but with Delara, quite pleasant. But you all know that she's hiding something because of the other information you have from the Seneschal. But I will ask for if anyone would like to make a charisma plus insight check with a difficulty of 3, you are welcome to try and get a read on
Ooh, I'm
what
actually good at that.
her kind of vibes are.
an 8 and a 6.
3 successes.
4
2.
successes.
Okay. I'll say, Lenore, you can't quite tell what game she's playing. Bard! Foxy is consciously aware that she is trying to get information about this gang that the Seneschal asked you to identify the symbol of, but is playing it down as if you do not know what that is. And it's signaling to you that despite all she's saying about cooperation, the leadership of the Anarchs are trying to play down the existence of this gang. Gabriel gets exactly the same. However, Gabriel, she has not been able to take her eyes off Foxy the entire time.
Okay.
Do we have a deal?
Foxy will look into the group, but mostly to Ellie.
I think perhaps a small discussion would be worthwhile, but leaning towards yes at the moment.
As am I.
Surely.
Please
Well, I will
go.
do.
Why don't you take the night to think on it? Use our Elysium's benefits.
Oh, it's a little loud downstairs.
The third floor is available.
Yes, rather.
The music's good, though. Like the DJ.
I can introduce you if you'd like.
Maybe later.
Go have your discussion. I will see some of you later.
Thank you. Give
And yeah, the
Kira one
elevator dings
last-
again.
Yeah, I guess we skedaddle?
Skedaddle.
Vampirically skedaddle.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a discipline that allows them to hear far distances?
I think I have. I think Auspex.
Yes.
Also,
Would you
Auspex.
would you like to use it?
Yes.
Let's find out if that requires rolls or checks. That would be useful, wouldn't it? That's the wrong book. Sorry, everyone. I should have had this up earlier. I just need to get myself a physical book of this. Is what we are.
Did you know that iron brew was invented before the First World War? That's my fact.
Not.
That's a fun
It was
fact.
so it's a barge drink. I want to say 1901, which technically means that they could have had iron brew on the Titanic because the Titanic sank in 1912.
Do you have heightened senses, Monroe? Or sense the unseen?
Heightened senses.
Cool. Cool. Make me a perception check, which is. We'll call it awareness plus wits. And then you add your Auspex rating to it.
Okay. That's 5.
Difficulty 3.
That's 3 6. That exactly 3.
Yeah. As the elevator door closes, you do hear the two have a conversation about you lot. That fucking seneschal. Why the fuck would they speak to them, huh? Think about it. I'm sure he was simply trying to court them. Nah, there's shit going on here. I fucking smell it. I fucking smell it on them. They fucking know something. And that's what you do get a kind of snapshot of. Unfortunately, the loud music of the other floors kicks in. You can either turn off your ability, or you could try and resist the sensory overload.
No, I turn it off.
Fair enough. So yeah, I assume you're going to the 3rd floor to have a bit of a chat as the coterie about the offer that's been given.
Follow the venture and see where it goes.
My only thinking is Altair is very kind of wary of the idea that there's bugs, that there's security cameras, that they might be listening in on us. So I think he would try and advocate to head back to the car, because it is technically a limo, so it's a rolling meeting room.
Fair.
You would not have driven here.
Oh,
There would be no road access. It's
crime.
all
Pedestrianized?
pedestrianized. Yeah.
Crime. No, I do
The
agree
best
with that.
place that you would probably have parked is the museum.
Okay.
I
Alfire
think it's a
walk
good
is it to-
idea. I think you'd know there are no visible cameras to this building, but you wouldn't know about bugs or not, and there are most definitely spies in this building.
That with Altair's line of work, I think he would be thinking, okay, if I was going to set up a trap, if I was going to set up, some sort of information gathering, this is how I do it. There's a lot of booths that aren't necessarily soundproof. Are there any bars nearby?
Oh, plenty.
Like other bars? Perhaps we head up the road to discuss this.
I mean, if we're near the museum, we're also near our, it's pretty near our home, right?
Oh, it's
Yes.
not near the. It's a 10-minute walk to the museum.
Yeah, and Foxy would just be like, I mean, do we want to go to my place?
I see no reason
There
why
are
not.
plenty of St. Mary Street is currently nightlife for Cardiff. So there are plenty of other places to go. But your vampires, let me just find out how quickly a normal human can walk to St. Mary Street from the National Museum.
Getting
Google Maps, let's go.
Yeah.
map realness.
Yeah, it takes about 16 minutes. Vampires,
Oh,
that's fucking
sweet.
nothing.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
all of us, I think, are at least some flavor of queer. Like, we will walk at least a little bit faster than that.
Yeah.
Queer and
Also-
neurospicy, yeah.
Yeah.
You're also vampires, and you have inhuman speed.
That's a 12-minute walk at least.
Yeah. But there are bars that you would go to, and you would know that they aren't Kindred bars. Some of them are owned by Kindred, and Kindred will be hunting tonight. You could go to the Pizza Express at the top of St. Mary's.
Let's go!
As much as I love to get some pizza, haha, I wouldn't put it above that fucking gangrel wanker to send us a rat after us.
Perhaps your place then. And also, it may raise suspicion if we're going to a bar or something similar. If we're heading into a mortal establishment, they're going to be wondering why we're not drinking.
I was just thinking that.
Right.
Also, the park
Lead
is
the way.
is right next to the castle.
The
Um,
park is the place of Mr. I'm so fucking talking about my butt. No.
hey, I mean,
Every fucking
like the
bird could be a
park's pretty
gangrel.
big, but yeah, I guess the kin like that is the gangrel place of choice. So yeah, it's there's lots of options. Where do you want to go?
Foxy's place.
My place.
Cool.
Foxy.
So you speed walk to Foxy's place. There are lots of drunk people walking down the streets. It is pretty busy. It's a Cardiff night. And yeah, you arrive at Foxy's flat.
Flat, yeah.
Do you want to give us a little bit of an idea about her flat?
Fox, I believe Foxy wouldn't invite you often because her flat is something very important to her. Like she had known you for a few years before she even like dropped down that she lived near the museum. And it's on the third floor. The jalousies are like down, obviously, but also nailed down from the inside. And you get in, and one of the first rooms is like a streaming room with a big banner of her logo and a totally screaming pink gaming chair and a top of the art gaming PC, and everything looks just a little bit too perfect, a little bit too polished. And then you move through that room. The next room is like some bean bags, like a place where she might actually spend some time. Her makeup is strewn across several couch chairs, and the other free room in this three-room flat is just filled with boxes and boxes and boxes of sponsors, of fan mail, of anything and everything. Like she's got a PO box and she empties it regularly, but she doesn't open a lot of stuff. Like there is a new one from the Squishmallow company. She just takes the box, chucks it over to Ellie, gets down in one of the bean bags. It's like, okay, so give me a second. Gets up again, closes all the windows, checks that they're closed, puts on music.
Roll me. Intelligence plus awareness, please. A difficulty of 4.
Of 4. Oh, dang it. Okay, that's 2. And awareness, right?
Yep.
Okay. One more. Yes! I get exactly 4 with 5 dice. I don't know what's going on, but Foxy rolls incredibly good.
Cool. Squawk! There
Walk.
was a seagull on a nearby lamppost. Anyway.
Yeah, puts on some, like she puts on her puts her phone on the aux cable. The first thing that comes up is some lo-fi J-pop thingy-bob. She just switches this over, and actually Ed Sheeran starts playing. She got changed 2015, and it shows.
Lo-fi beats to Vampire Coterie too. Yes, cool. I won't make anyone roll to survive Ed Sheeran, but if you'd like to be affected by this music, you are welcome to be dismayed. Yeah, the floor is your lot, gang. Oh,
I rather get the feeling.
sorry. It is yours. However, there is a certain rat with a crown on who is in, I assume he is like enclosure, which is like, have you ever seen Flushed Away? Where the rat at the beginning of Flushed Away lives in like a giant, like it lives in a Barbie house. That is kind of what I imagine this rat lives in. Is
I believe Lord Theodore got a Barbie house, but Lord Theodore also imagine the biggest dog bed you have ever seen, filled with plushies and pillows and snacks and everything a rat could ever dream of. And on top of the highest pillow rests Lord Theodore.
Sat on his back with his big tummy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm the fucking king of the castle. If you could understand what he spoke. But that is the vibe he's giving off. Is he's sat there pumping out his belly, just like having a time of his life. He's a little bit drunk. You would imagine. It's because he drank blood last night. He's still on the high of it. He's like, yeah, this is the fucking life. Now the floor is yours.
Yes, Lord Theodore's the best is written your phone button. I am. Yeah, sorry about the mess. So, what the fuck was that right now?
I get something of a feeling they don't like us, Alto says, whilst opening the squishmallows and then carefully taking the box apart so it can be flattened into recycling later. He looks after his shit.
Yeah, they think we're hiding something, which, to be fair, we kind of are. But
Since when do they care about us?
It's very useful to them now. Potentially.
And I think we need to watch over our shoulders wherever we go. We have the Camarilla on one side and the Anarchs on the other. I'm not sure there's anyone else we can trust at the moment apart from ourselves.
I mean, we kind of we're out of the Anarchs because of different reasons. But do we want to get more into the Anarchs? Because this would be our ticket.
I'd go where everybody else wanted to, but I'm not particularly fond of the Highness who wasn't there. The old Malkavians. I don't want to join back up with them. I'd much rather just, as I say, I'll go where everybody else wants to go, but no, I'd rather stay neutral for now. Don't like it.
Gabriel, thoughts on the matter?
I'd like my place of work not destroyed. However, I know if it makes some of you uncomfortable, I don't want to put you between a rock and a hard place.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I don't like the gangrel bastard, but like, there is a reason I'm Anarch, and not just because the Camarilla tries to kill me.
All right. So the way I see this is either we remain neutral and find our own levels of protection, though considering the size of our coterie, that may be difficult. Secondary, we firm ourselves up within the Anarchs, though that would mean placing us potentially in their pockets. I suppose it depends on the comfort levels of all members. I'm not going to put anyone in danger.
The thing about the Anarchs is that they're not organized in a hierarchy exactly. There are 4 people who are cultural leaders, but like, if you wanted to work, for example, like that meeting that just happened, you were basically only dealing with Delara. So you don't have to interact with Kieran if you don't want to. Like, as long as you are part of the overall network of the Anarchs, they can offer you benefits. However, you are right to say that they would be, however mutually beneficial the agreement is, their goal is to use you to further their own goals. It's just about which Anarch leaders you choose to deal with. If that helps at all.
At the end of the day, I trust Voltaire to keep us safe, regardless of where we are. And if you believe that you can do that better with a network, then
Above table, what are we thinking? I don't just want to run into something.
I feel like I could. Go ahead.
I mean, we are Annex.
True.
Yeah.
So I guess would we be happy to kind of ourselves in a little bit more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Above table, the politics of Cardiff are complex, and I am putting you in a position where the politics of remaining neutral are difficult to do because of the threat on the board. The Camarilla have not given you an offer. I think that what Delara was suggesting is definitely something that could work. You would have to sell the Camarilla on it. I like the going with the Anarchs or the Camarilla. It's a big decision. You do not have to stick to it. If later on you feel like the Anarchs are fucking you over, you can fuck them, or you can benefit from it. It's like there's a lot of like this is not like me going, you make this choice, it's permanent, you've chosen your faction. It's simply right now the Anarchs want your help. They are willing to offer you security that you don't have because I built your domain and I didn't give it any security.
Mean.
But I gave you lots of other stuff. That is so like take this like yes, it's a big decision, but don't worry yourself about it being like it will have obviously decisions have consequences. However, this is not the end all and be all. You will not stay in this form. It might shift in 2 sessions, or you might, or who knows, the Anarchs could get wiped out next session. There are consequences for these decisions, but they are not locking you into something that you don't want to do if you don't want to do it.
Cool. Fab. Okay. Back under the table. No, I hate that.
Maybe that's a stupid question from me, but why didn't we tell them about the cringe gang sign thing?
I think it always worthwhile keeping something in our pockets. He will stand up. He has one of the squishmallows, I don't know which one, and he's holding it by its little stupid hand, and he's gonna like pace a little bit.
I mean, look, I totally get that, but of all the things to give away was, and then the seneschal dropped by? I mean, that would have been the one thing I would have shut up about.
My thinking is they have eyes and ears everywhere. They probably would have known that we were visited if we hadn't brought it up anyway. That is something that would make us seem suspicious. This is something we can easily pass off as something unimportant.
Ellie, darling sweetheart, I love you, but the seneschal is a Nosferatu. It's kind of the thing to go unseen.
True. Yes? Hello?
That is super important to know. Okay, 2 things. I can tell you this for free. They knew the prince came to see you, but they did not know about the seneschal. That's probably because their agents hadn't reported back to you yet. But they might have found out. The Nosferatu are entirely Camarilla inside of Cardiff. The one thing that the Anarchs have been unable to do is get access to the Nosferatu information network
Oh, and that's why
outside of one-off deals because they are firmly Camarilla. There are a few Anarch Nosferatu. However, they are not organized enough to be part of the larger information network. The Camarilla control the information that the Nosferatu have. So they would have found out, but it probably would have taken them a night or so to find out that the Seneschal had come to visit you. So you did give that information away for free. Just again to add some flavor to your decision making, that their information is also communal in that it takes people in the community reporting on things and getting back to each other. They are not particularly speedy in terms of information transferal because they don't want to be the Camarilla who want to control the world. The Anarchs simply want to live.
All right, I have something of a proposition then. We try and get an audience with Oshin at some point, see what he can offer us. I'm writing Gwennon off, if that is all right with you. Failing that, we make the decision. We can always go back on them. We owe them nothing. If there's nothing written in contract, they give us protection. We offer them scant information. That is all we have to give them. Would that be agreeable?
That works for me.
Yeah.
Works.
Even more so since they. Sorry, Lenore.
Oh, no, that is fine by me. If you leave as a course of action, then I trust you.
All right.
Even more so, they just gave us an offer, and everybody knows that it would be sensible to ask for a counter offer. Like, they would be, well, they wouldn't love it, but they wouldn't be mad if they know we have contact to the Seneschal, and then we have contact with the Seneschal or somebody, I don't know. Again, it's just the question from my part. Do we give them our information? Do we give them, like, because
we give them anything they would have found out themselves.
The thing is, as long as we play the neutral game, we can still game the Seneschal.
We could also play double agents.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
If we remain neutral in practice, but not necessarily in what we tell the Anarchs, we could very easily go to the Seneschal and say, "Here, we have an in." It would then allow us to pick up what we want. I agree entirely with you.
The thing is, I have absolutely no love for the prince because he put the one person I got changed with together into the sun, and I still want to rip out his fucking throat for that. I can't do that, and I know that we need him to keep the peace. So, I'm a good girl. Everything's fine. I do not want to be Camarilla.
Right. We will align ourselves beside them, but not with them.
I would be okay with that. I will not step a fucking foot into that ivory tower.
No, if it comes down to it, I will act as go-between. I can act.
So, what's the plan here? You want to arrange a meeting with both Oshan and another meeting with the Seneschal?
Yes. So the plan would be, and please correct me if I'm wrong above table, the plan would be get something with Oshan and figure out what he can offer us. If he can give us anything better, see if that would get Delara to bite to give us anything better. And then once we have both offers from those two, head to the Seneschal and say, "Hey, we have an in," and just play them off each other.
Okay.
Information gathering.
What I would still do is and that's a question at all of you. I don't like these fuckers. And the harder I have it in the city, the better. I would give Lenara the paces. Is anybody against that?
Face is a face.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, they are some. I mean, I can sort it out a bit, but they are the security footage from the gallery gone wrong.
We would technically be in a position of power if you were the go-between with Delara.
Hmm?
We would be in a position of power if you were the go-between with Delara. She seemed awfully, how to word it, smitten.
She liked you.
Thank you.
Yeah. She couldn't keep her eyes off of you.
Well, that's good to know. Right, and she talked about my. Is she watching my streams?
It would depend entirely on if you're willing to break her heart.
I don't know her that well. I mean, I like her, but I'm not sure if I like her. You know what I mean? And also, I'm not sure if I'm like one for polyamory. I never tried it before. So that's the whole thing, and I get kind of jealous sometimes. And we all know I tend to have a short fuse.
All right, I just don't want you to burn a bridge before you intend to cross it.
For now, I just want to be pleasant with her.
Then perhaps you organize a meeting to meet the DJ, give her the information you wish to give her, and that would firm up some sort of bond with her. Even then, if we were to go to Ocean.
Do I give her the pictures as the coterie, or do I give her the pictures as Foxy?
As Foxy.
If she asks if you wanted me to give her the pictures, what do I say?
Say no. Or we were neutral towards it. We hadn't considered it yet. And if it comes up to us, we all act as though we are surprised.
Are we that good of actors? Okay, I'll think of something, but it's not like, welcome, we as the coterie present you with the pictures.
Let her give you some sort of show of trust and return it with that.
Sounds good.
All right, we have that, we have a meeting, and then we organize something with the Seneschal.
And if we have to, I can also talk to Mr. Ass.
Right.
Assman.
Assman!
Okay, so I think that if any of you are on social media, which I assume is basically only Foxy, the next chance you're going to get to see Oshan would be at the at Queer Emporium, the real gay shop in Cardiff. They host events, and as he is part of the Brouhaha in Cardiff, who are basically queer activists, he will probably be at the next comedy night, which is held in the Queen's Arcade next to where Queer Emporium is. Any resemblance to real or not real people is purely coincidental, and I don't know the people who run Queer Imperium, so don't worry. This isn't real people, but it's close to what I imagine that the vampire community in Cardiff would actually look like. So you would probably be able to see him not tomorrow night, but the night after. To arrange a meeting with the Seneschal, you would have to go to the you'd probably have to go to the Camarilla Elysium, which is inside a large posh hotel.
Ew.
Of course.
You go up to the reception and you ask the specifically kindred receptionist to speak to the seneschal. Um, so you're probably going to want to wait till after you've spoken to Oshan to do that. You still have time this evening. I think that Foxy, if you want to go and meet with Delara, she did say she was basically expecting to see you later.
Yeah, not going would be fucking rude.
If anyone else would like to do anything, let me know. You could spend the rest of the evening going to feed. You could go looking for more information about the other things that are in play. We're kind of coming to the end of the session here, so if you want to wait and think about it till next week about what you want to do, that's fine with me. If anyone has anything they would like to do immediately, we can do that. But yeah, I tell you what, we'll call it here. Next week, I'll give you a week to think about your plans for the evening. If you don't want any, you've also got tomorrow's evening, which currently has an empty. Like, you could spend the whole evening doing things, and you would probably be more hungry tomorrow than you are today. So feeding tonight is probably not the best idea. But yeah, you could probably go and do some information gathering or social calls with your keystones, whatever, or floats your boat. Great. That's a direction. Our coterie has chosen. Option D, play the Game of Thrones.
No, 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 no.
Which is fine.
Listen,
because,
I am a creative. I should not be doing this. You're the least
it's a
qualified
great
person.
option. It's the best option because it means I get to play more political games. There are machinations upon machinations currently happening here.
But not mac and
great.
cheese.
But no mac and cheese because you would throw it up. With that lovely image, we will call the session to an end there. We shall do reverse goodbyes. So, Bard, say goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I've been Bard with Many Names. You can find me basically everywhere on the internet as the Bard with Many Names. You can find me here on Thursdays. You can find me every other Friday. This Friday on Pencil's Table at a wonderful game of Blades in the Dark. I know how to speak. Where I play Summer, a professional sex worker. You can find me on Tuesdays on the Misadventures League, where I play a druid with some psychological issues who's like, kids shouldn't have to save the world. This is not my job. I'm not qualified for this, which is honestly a mood. If you ask me right now in this world, it's a mood. I'm most active on Instagram, but you can also find me on Blue Sky. And I am so happy to be here. I love you all.
Awesome. Thank you very much for playing. Kieran.
Yes, hello and goodbye. I am Kieran. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me as Flightless Heaven on just Blue Sky. I mostly just share cool stuff other people are doing there, but I'll occasionally talk about something I'm doing or of like roundabout stuff going on in the world, but mostly just sharing whatever people do, which are cool. And I think that's me. I've not got anything else going on publicly at the moment, but I will have something next month, which I'll talk about when we get there in a couple of weeks' time. But until then, it's just this. You can find me here on Thursdays.
Fun. Thank you very much for playing, Kieran. Monroe.
Hey y'all, I'm Monroe. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me online at Monroe at mostly Blue Sky and TikTok and other sites. And I keep forgetting, on Saturdays, you can find me at Logomancy Media playing Emergent, a horror superhero game that I did a sensitivity reading for as Ruby Rivera, whose superpower is Floralist. So I'm basically Poison Ivy, and it's great.
I'll be tuning into that. Thank you very much for playing, Monroe.
Thank you.
Finally, Magpie.
Howdy, I'm Magpie, and bye, I'm Magpie. You can find me on Blue Sky at Anticara. I'm here. This is the only place I am. I am here. I like vamping. That's all I've got.
Thank you very much for playing Magpie. And I have been Callum, and will continue to be so. You just won't hear or see me unless you go to Blue Sky Theatre Callum. I am only doing this currently, but I have lots of projects. Oh no, sorry, I made fun of Addy for not having a plot for every other Tuesday. I play Blades in the Dark, another kind of group of criminals in the same city as the one that Bard's playing in. And I have some other stuff in the work. You will find me either here or on Pantsless Tables. I produce the Wonder Home game every Sunday here on House of Dreams. But yeah, that's me, Calamo. Right, with that, goodbye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Do not let the vampires bite. Bye.
Bye bye.